Hi, darling. Welcome back. So, why do some women cheat? Is it boredom? Is it revenge? Is it just not being satisfied in your relationship? So, what I want us to do today, we're going to read a few comments that are from TikTok, but were posted on X from South African women sharing why they cheated on their partners. And I will add my breakdown after we read the comments. Mapula says, I don't love him. Even when he touches me, it's like he is stabbing me. I'm only with him because he loves me more than anything in this world. Doshkins says, he was a great teacher. He taught me well. I am just graduating with flying colors. DK, I lost feelings for him after he cheated on me with several girls. I thought I forgave him, but I developed hatred towards him. Savage K says, because he's boring, he's not romantic, and he doesn't give me money. Ines Elingakotizi says, I was tired of telling an old, selfish man what is wrong and right, yet he was enjoying seeing me miserable. Now I'm dating. Wow, it's so nice. Now I understand why he doesn't stop. NMR says, we are married for 11 years. Every weekend he is out with friends and comes back at night. He has never posted me or my kids on his status. He never wears his wedding ring, so why not? I'm lonely. The lady says, I really can't stop myself. I meet the love of my life while I'm with the love of my life. User 659. He cheated, made a child outside our marriage. He would disappear on weekends to spend time with his little family he made. So I decided to cheat. Rebecca. I kept on begging him to spend time with me like he used to and found someone who is always around and available. Perseverance says, all the men I've been with taught me all this. Ndombi, to be honest, I'm tired of fixing something that won't be fixed. Nkosazana, I love keeping him on his toes. Gugu, I was called a cheater and all kinds of names. Then I took a decision to be exactly what I was called. Tamara, we were too toxic for each other. Too many unresolved issues that we never wanted to resolve. He always chose his friends and alcohol. No more attention in the end. It's a lot. Celiwe says, I was born like this. I'm always looking for new. Sipo says, my heart wants everyone. Buitumelo, I felt single while he was with me. So I went to someone new who sees me. So, darlings, I don't want to justify cheating at all. You could just leave. I don't think whether it's a man or a woman, you are justified to cheat. Just leave. If you don't love your partner anymore, just leave. There's a comment that really broke my heart, if I'm being honest. The comment from Mapula, who says she's with a man who loves her more than anything. Girl, let that man leave and be with someone who actually appreciates him. The same thing can be said to men and women who cheat. You can just leave. I know it's hard. I know human emotions are complicated, but sometimes you can just leave. That is an option, and be with the people you want to be with, whether man or woman. If you feel like you need entertainment from outside, just be single and have fun. The themes that I noticed as well on a lot of these women's posts is the fact that a lot of the women were sharing a few similar things. They were sharing the fact that they are not getting attention at home from their partners, husbands, or boyfriends. There's a comment by Daniel that also highlights the fact that cheating, which is a consistent theme in this topic, can be a response to betrayal or trauma. And I'm not saying that should be the response. I'm saying that is a decision some people make. And whenever we talk about cheating and how the person who's been cheated on reacts, just because you're traumatized doesn't mean you don't have human agency. We all have a choice, regardless of how hurt you are, regardless of how much he's been cheating on you or she's been cheating on you. You have the human agency to choose your reaction. So I'm not going to justify the cheating and say, oh, it's okay to cheat back. I'm saying that if you truly want to hurt someone who's cheating on you, the best thing you can ever do is to leave them alone. Get out of their life and leave them alone. Completely go silent. That thing does something to people psychologically if they were truly in love with you or they wanted to be a part of your life. Leaving that person and giving them the complete silent treatment and moving in silence can actually help in certain situations. We all have agency, but I'm also aware you can't control how humans react. If you're a man and you cheat on your girlfriend, I think this generation of women are not the same like the older generation, our grandmothers. Just because you cheated and she forgave you, it doesn't mean she forgot. And one thing I've noticed that some men expect to cheat and then they expect to have a positive relationship. What I've noticed is some men cheat but still expect the relationship to be positive. And these women in this thread are proving the complete opposite, that because they were cheated on, they didn't forgive and they didn't forget. They've built a certain disrespect for their husbands. They've built a certain level of disdain and hatred for their partners. And if you decide to cheat first, you have zero control over how the other person reacts. I'm sorry, yes, I don't think cheating back is a good thing, but even you as the person who cheated, you don't have power over what the other person decides to do. You have made a decision to change the dynamic of your relationship, and then you have to accept the consequences that come with your actions. A lot of women in this generation are not as forgiving as our grandparents. Another thing that this thread made me realize is the fact that don't envy people's relationships. The more we learn about what people are doing in their relationships, is the more we realize very few relationships are perfect. Don't look at people's relationships on social media and assume that it's a perfect relationship. You don't know the dynamic of the relationship. You don't know what they are going through. And there's certain things that I've noticed. People who cheat back, they're also cheating back in order to obviously get revenge. It's a form of revenge for some people. I don't know if that even works, because sometimes actually doing tit for tat sometimes actually leaves you feeling even more guilty. Tit for tat most of the times will leave you feeling guilty. So I've noticed that these women, a lot of their justifications are the fact that it is revenge. But sometimes doing something bad to respond to bad actually makes you feel even more guilty and lowers you to the level of the person who cheated first. Other people cheat back in order to gain a sense of control, to regain a sense of I'm in control of my reaction in this relationship. Tit for tat doesn't always give you the peace that you want. Unfortunately, one thing that we don't talk about is how even in South Africa, mental health is not something that is talked about. So you have two mentally unstable people in a relationship, and then it creates another dynamic of instability. And with that unstable mental health, it also results in people making certain decisions that are problematic. And there's a normalization. There's an unfortunate normalization of cheating. Every day you go on social media, we kind of have so much exposure to it that to a degree it's become normalized that women cheat, men cheat. It's part of our cultural zeitgeist. It's part of a lot of social media conversations. We have normalized toxic relationships and we have normalized revenge. We have normalized, instead of actually leaving and finding something healthy, people are fighting back. There's a huge gender war constantly on social media, and these are just some of the repercussions. These are just some of the symptoms of the dysfunction between men and women. It's a symptom of larger problems in relationship. I think cheating doesn't start with just the physical act. It's usually because of other issues in a relationship, whether man or woman. There's usually underlying unresolved issues that lead to cheating. Some people, let's be honest, are also just selfish people. They have a lack of discipline and they want to try everything else. My thing is, if you're going to cheat, why don't people stay single and have fun? If you know that you love variety, you like trying something new all the time, whether man or woman, just stay single and have your freedom to do whatever you want. I don't understand it because I know the pain of being cheated on. We've normalized cheating, and I know I'm very empathetic to the pain of people. I know the pain. I know how irrational the thoughts can be, whether man or woman. But I also know that this is because of where we are currently in society. I do wish that healthy relationships could be the norm. Loving, healthy families could be the norm. But this is just a symptom of the fact that we are extremely broken as a society. A lot of us are struggling with mental health issues. A lot of us have childhood wounds that we haven't dealt with. A lot of us struggle with discipline. A lot of people don't have discipline in their lives. And these are just the symptoms of the fact that there is an obvious rot that hasn't been addressed. It's mental health. It's people's childhood traumas. It's people going into relationships for social pressure. Guys, if we're being honest, not everyone is made for marriage. Like, let's actually wake that up. I know a lot of people are scared of being alone, but the more I think about it, some people are just not made for marriage. Some people are probably supposed to get married when they're 40 or 50, because clearly you still want to explore, you still want to be with different people. And regardless of what people can say and say, stop sleeping around, stop doing this, people will do what they want to do. You can use religion, you can use psychology, you can use anything to try and deter people from doing what they want to do, but people will do what they want to do because humans are unpredictable. We have very unpredictable emotions. We have an animal instinct that sometimes we fail to acknowledge that to a degree we do have animal instincts. But my only conclusion from this entire conversation is that if you don't love someone, let them go to be loved by someone else. And also, let's actually be honest. Sometimes when you're cheating back, you're actually shooting yourself in the foot. Sometimes when you're cheating back, you're actually exposing yourself to potential diseases. Did we see the stats of STIs and STDs in South Africa? Sometimes when you're cheating back, you're actually exposing yourself to potential diseases and even pregnancy. Have we seen the stats of STDs and STIs in South Africa? They prove that this is not a good climate to be reckless in. And also, go to therapy. If you can afford therapy, go to therapy before you decide to cheat back. If you can afford therapy, I would say go to therapy. Figure out what are the underlying issues and what are the issues, even couples therapy for your relationship before you go to extreme measures like divorce or even deciding to go even more crazy like cheating back. I don't agree with this one, but it could be a potential solution. Ethical non-monogamy, where both partners consent to having other maybe sexual partners outside of their relationship. where it's a thing, an agreement between the two, or polygamy or polyandry. You will have to decide. If you know that you're a person who likes variety, even though I do not agree with it, I think for some people that could be a solution, because I'm very sad that there's no positive representations of relationships on social media. Like, I always want to see something nice, something positive, because already in our societies, we already see toxicity all the time. I would love to see beautiful, healthy relationships. And sometimes, maybe because the people who are in healthy relationships don't have time to talk to us, they are focused on being in that beautiful relationship. They are so happy that they don't need to share it to social media. I want to hear your opinions. How do you feel about these stories and comments from women sharing why they cheated back? What do you think could be a better approach? Or how do you feel? Would you react the same way? Would you react differently? I want to hear your opinions. I won't judge your comments. I just want to hear your opinions. And if you got to the end of this video, leave a red heart emoji in the comment section. And thank you for watching, darling. Bye-bye.